Okay, and welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Field of Glory Empire's Rise of Persia DLC. In our Sparta run, I think I just went around and did all the provinces, yeah. So we should be good to cycle this turn and see how the armies move and handle what little Persian resistance remains. I think it's a general rule at this point. As long as we're careful, we should basically be able to take more and more and more Persian territory. So that's a fort we're going to storm. I'm not going to watch that fight. That's Persian garrison. That's the Persian garrison falling. Yeah. And there's one Persian army that's refusing to get caught, which is a little annoying, but we can work with it. We're still in the progressing tier. Persia's still in the stable. They're actually pretty close to the top of the stable at this point. Though they're decadent, so if something goes wrong for them, oh dear. That's all I'm gonna say, oh dear. Let's take reform citizen rights. This will probably lose us a progress token, but in exchange we'll reduce our government age by a third. Blizzards in the mountains. Okay, everything else I think is going reasonable well. We really don't want Saba to take that, but if Saba takes that, Saba takes that. I might change my order plans because I don't want Saba to take that. And we can get down there and order an assault. Okay. In case we want you to handle the field army, which is fine. You're the phalanxes. Just can't assault anything. Okay, so we've got orders for everyone. It's not necessarily the best orders because the blizzards in the Armenian mountains, but that happens. Sometimes the Armenian mountains. The very rare building that you can get when you have slaves that I'm not gonna build. I could probably get away with it because we have plenty of loyalty here, but I don't think we need the if this was a 0 slot, I'd go for it. But we don't need the 10 food that badly. Grab the school. Admirable healthcare is giving us more people, yeah. This is why healthcare is very powerful. And a lot of our regions are pretty heavily stacked on healthcare now. Good old military academy, +1 leader force pool, +1 leader quality. Good way to make up for terrible monarchs like we currently have. We rolled a bad one on the death of the last one. Might do the charcoal pile. No, I'd rather have the sawmill or the brickworks. So we'll pass again. We'll move that tavern, move that wine around a little bit more with the tavern. We need to reroll here. I don't like those options. 5 and an 8. Yeah, definitely need more construction capacity down here, and or more food production so I can move more people off of food. Take that expert stonecutter. Do we have weapons imported here? We don't. Okay, let's grab the crafting district. Sarkers makes a lot of money. Could definitely use more money. Can always use more money. We'll grab the manpower bonus from upgrading the training ground to a barracks. Do look a good courthouse. Nothing to build here, so we're going to swap these guys over to making food. $21. Yeah. 56 more we take off. 65, okay. That should accelerate the growth in the area by quite a bit. 10, 6, down to 5 one place, okay. I could tear the physician house down, or I could rebuild it. This would be importing it from Cyrenica, so not us. So I should probably continue to tear it down. Yeah, I don't need that. We don't need the health, we don't really need the culture, so we'll tear it down for the slot back. We've already got this one. So we're not desperate to have it up so we can be fishing for the Greek special. Okay, let's take that crafting district. Coastal Fortress. We'll finish next turn, that's good to see. Take the cult site. Courthouse. Strymon. Ooh, nice. 134 money from a gold mine. Move a little bit more on to infrastructure. Yeah. Okay, then we go check the loose ones. You're loose. Got something you can build. You can build Stoa. Yes, another 5% commerce across the nation is always nice. Yeah, we'll take the flax fiddle somewhere. Someone's getting a bonus from it. Ball 16 doesn't really matter where we put the capital. Put it here where we got the Stoa. You're loose. Or mainly any mean click. Coin maker, pretty decent because we've got access to gold and copper here. I don't remember what the good way to import silver is, but check. And yes, you're where we want to create the province. Pretty sure I had silver somewhere. Yeah, there's my silver. So, the way I need to move silver around is the jewelry shop. which I believe is a tier 3 gold, and tier 3 commerce building. I don't happen to know if there's any silver in the area over there I can import. Go check that quickly. There's silver, 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 silver. Okay, yeah. So there should be stuff in range import if I take it from the Macedonians, or no, the Persians. Okay, so you're targeting the army, you're targeting the thing. Did we do all the loose? That is a little loose. Okay. I don't think we had any interesting regionals. No. Actually, we can Pan-Hellenic games. Let's do that. You're 43, but you're already in my client state. You are not my client state, so hit them with it. I may be rich enough. Let's see if we can convince our client states that they want to become one with glorious Sparta. Yeah, maybe. Might be just giving them the entire treasury, which is maybe a little more than I'm willing to give them right now. Here's a bunch of metal. Yeah, so I think the answer, if we want them to join us, which we could do, would be give them the entire treasury. Yeah. Let's pass on that for the moment. We can check on the other one. What's your absorb nation? Oh, we don't have enough not enough support yet to absorb nation. Okay. Well, let's cycle the turn. We know what their cost is. It's a lot, but we know what the cost is. Okay, storming the fort. Don't think the garrison's going to be able to hold out against the unstoppable veteran Spartan hoplites coming in here. And yeah, no, they don't. No, it's just one unit, so we're just going to skip that battle. Pretty sure I know what the result's going to be from a single unit fighting fighting 15. Which is either we win with no casualties, or we win with one casualty. We are Glorious Empire. We did do a decision that cost us a progress token. Oh, Persia dropped 18 slots and an agent token. Yeah, that would happen when we take that sort of place over from them. Displace some slaves. Oh, that's the proper Persian field army. I was wondering how long it would take the Persians to organize a proper response, and there it be. Yeah. Put you down the plains. We're gonna risk this guy. These are just the hoplites. They're not as good in open terrain as the phalanx. We're gonna risk these guys still trying to engage that Persian army. Open terrain, we may struggle a bit. Weeks of trouble in unrest. More Panhellenic games. Gonna build harbor we can use. Let's move you to a better port. They're apparently not being fed adequately there. Okay, field armies have assignments. Don't think we economically have improved enough that we can offer you a different deal. Kind state. Wasn't I selecting my loyalty 15 client state? Transaction, I want to... Well, it's not showing up anymore. Okay. Our opinion with it must have dropped or something. It'll be fine. Yeah, the fight here in the east is potentially about to get very interesting. Let's go through doom buildings. Oh, we need to put more on food here. Lots of stuff being built. 2 slots, 3 slots. We are going to want that physician house, so that's a good choice. Take the monument. It's never a bad 0 slot. Take the region road. And yeah, I'm definitely seeing the fact that we are at some point probably going to want to do a little bit more food in the islands here. Just accept that we're going to have to run some of the bad food buildings. Just to get some guys off of making food. Training ground. The Colosseum itself. Apparently we stole it from Rome. Yeah. Capacity around 60,000 spectators, and to support its weight, 1.1 million tons of light stone were used. That's the light stone. Get heavier stone if you needed it. Yeah. Loyalty bonus 60. We obviously don't need the loyalty bonus there, but legacy, lots of money, lots of culture. And it's providing enough culture to offset the decadency, so not too worried about it. In the same province, we're going to have the Temple of Zeus. Nice. Regional road. Oh, we got stuff to build here. I should put the food guys back on infrastructure. There we go. 2 open building slots. Noble Gardens is always good because of the great culture on it. 3 and a 5. You may be in the frankincense range. So we got +1 on our existing 4. So 1, 2... 3, 4... Where's my frankincense coming in? Atticus. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Regional road isn't going to quite cut it. Because we, what? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no. Regional road will cut. We're 2-3 government, which is range 4. Regional road gives a +1, so we got range of 5. So when the frankincense emporium is in, you'll be able to import frankincense from here. And that is the thing where basically everything that's in range, if we can, we want to import it to offset the sort of cost of having access to frankincense. So this makes sense to build. It'll be built too soon, but we can stomach the cost in the meantime. We just want it to be in range that we can benefit from it eventually. And then you're definitely too far away if the frankincense choice come up. It hasn't. Persian Tribune's good there. Take a cult site. Reset the house. Macedonia. We're looking for either a reroll or something that provides stability. Oh, well, I say stability. Provides loyalty to improve stability. And we're being presented with like 4 different reroll choices. No real stability, but we're being presented with reroll choices, so we'll take one of the reroll choices. Or, well, technically Granary is... Oh no, this is... I'm thinking the mill. The mill would be stability. We're not being presented with the mill. Yeah, we're going to take the paved road. It's not really the solution to the problem, but it's just not making it worse, so it's an opening. Take the tavern. Okay, let that build that current space. Stoa is going to take a while. We probably want to move people off of culture to food. The whole region's a little bit dysfunctional from it just trading back and forth so many times. We have weapons being made in the area, so taking this for manpower isn't a bad choice. Then we're on the loose ones. You're loose and idle. Grab the theater. It's an idle. Paved road. Or public work, not paved road. Paved road is the level 3 version of that. Don't think I'm... Well, yeah, that loyalty isn't going to improve until the war is over. So maybe I am tempted to the pleasure house here. Yep, sure. Is it the perfect choice? No. Is it a functional choice? Yeah. We'll do the Tribune for the loyalty. Apparently have enough of the province to build the province. Yeah, okay. 14, 13, 14... We'll do this 14 because this is actually the more defensible region of the two 14s. And that's what the idol is assigned to. We will do Art of the Siege there. That's one of the few places where we're actually going to have an army that sieges instead of storms. Okay. Let's cycle that turn. Okay, we're trying to go to the main Persian army here. They're probably coming to us instead. Exhausted that front line, so this, at least in this small battle we have a good, easy fight. Only the Immortals survived the actual main engagement, and they're not going to survive the retreat. Yeah. Here comes the main Persian army. Luckily, our reinforcements have arrived. This will be... Wait. Why are we defend... Okay. This makes it easier. Makes it easier than it needs to be. Apparently, our guys all held up in the fortress for some reason. And okay, unmaneuverable is being countered by the terrain defense, so it's Spartan Phalanx is getting a 11 versus 7. Don't see any immortals in the enemy combat flank here. So yeah, this is going to be a mop. Unstoppable veteran Spartan hoplites doing their thing. Are they coming again? Oh, this is the actual field battle. Okay. And yeah, okay, so these Spartan hoplites are just that little bit fatigued, so they're not unstoppable, but they still are strong veterans, and this is not going to go well for them. This is not going to go well for them. Oh, the carnage. Yeah, oof. 7, 11, 12, 16, 17 enemy units defeated for the cost of nothing. Okay, we didn't successfully take it on the first storm, but at this point they're exhausted enough they will not resolve on the second, I think. Yeah, 2 surrenders. There goes the garrison. Gotta face the calendar. Or I'll actually go full deification degree. Okay, and let's order the troops to continue moving forward. Thinking we'll send these guys around that way into northeastern Armenia. Yeah, we'll take that position there. So if we can, we want to send the phalanx after the enemy army, the hoplites after the rebels. Yeah. Some places in rest. Okay, rest is fine. Rest is fine. Those are those rebels. And they eventually conquer it because there's no garrison. Bolster colony. This requires a place that's under 5 population. We don't have any of those. Oh, actually, we do. We have this one up here. We'll go and hit that one again. Put 2 more people if we can. Sparta has received a progress token. That sounds it too. Okay. So the troops have their orders. Let's go around to building stuff. We have access to silk, so that seems like reasonable. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take the cult site here. One of our Greek buildings that we're fishing for requires a cult site. Or, well, it requires a cult site line building. Doesn't specifically require the cult site, I suppose. Ooh, lots to build here. Still have a place where we can import the silk from? Yeah. We could take the 0 slot. I think I'm actually going to pass on the 0 slot and go for the brickworks. When we get an next slot, that means we'll be rolling for land expansion into an extra slot. Training guild. Or training ground. Seven build slots. Grab the amphitheater as well, move that silk around. Reopen slots. I'm already building the Temple Zeus. I don't think you... I think it goes to the person who builds it first. There's no point in building it, or trying to start building it in some second place where it's going to take 13 turns. We're going to build it someplace else in 7. Just, yeah. So that's not a real option. Trading post is tempting because that is a decent amount of money. We're going to go armor here, so that we're rolling for the tier 3 military buildings. One of the tier 3 military buildings we're looking for is the military academy. Okay, enough growth to get an active building slot. We'll take the sewers. And obviously we need to put some people on construction to get that done in a reasonable amount of time. 4 turns. 2 turns. We'll just zip this 2 turns. I don't think we have enough construction to do it in 3. Or do it in 1. Regional road. There's other ways to move the cattle around, so we're not going to use that. We're not going to build that ranch. Delicacy honey. Local trade good. Arguably, you probably want it to be dates or figs, so we probably want to hit one of the other ones. This is, I believe, a place where we recruit cavalry. Yeah. So this table isn't that bad. Rebuilding slots. Need silk can be imported. Something's coming from Issus, so this might actually not be our silk it's importing here, but I think we can accept that. Lots to build here. This is coastal. I think we have access to coral here, so we don't really want to go with this option. At least not until we're getting the bonus from, like, gold, silver, and things or something. I'm going to pass on the market. Tempting, though. Take the solid walls here. Circus is tempting. We'll go with the circus. And then one of our Greek special buildings. This is the one that requires the temple. I think technically it actually requires the cult line, so it doesn't... Any of the temple buildings will work. But yeah, we'll grab that, because that's a half one legacy, I believe. 7 to build there. Grab the tavern. Definitely could use more loyalty here. Been raided. That's always annoying when that happens. We'll go to the circus to stabilize the post-raid. Preceptor house is nice. This should be close enough that we're getting the virus from ourselves, yeah. Paved road. Sounds like a good one to get done. 2 open building slots. We will go loyalty here, because we want to try to stabilize the region. The former Persian region, yeah. Okay, we'll gamble by moving, like, 2 people onto production. 3 people onto production. Okay. No, no, that's not even enough to get anything building. Oh, I'm gonna move more. I tried. Wasn't enough. You've got stuff to build. You don't really have anyone, you know, not rebelling enough to actually build anything, but, you know, we can put them on the task of doing something once they calm down. Okay, no idols. Don't think we've got any regional decisions we want to do. No. Maybe we had forced march, but no. So let's pass the turn. Okay, so the Persian army disengages down here, so we don't engage them. The rebels disengage. But we'll take the province back from the Persians, that'll be fine. Storm goes in. This is unstoppable veteran hoplites versus standard medium infantry. They are fresh veterans, so they're actually going to hold up decently well, but no luck for them. Garrison falls. Still in the progressing tier. Persia has risen into the progressing tier with a 23 rise. So they did something that reduced their decadence a lot, I suspect. Distribute. The impetus is gone! Was it the fault of the leader? Maybe. Spartan's golden age is gone, so we're back to a normal age, which is why our tax revenue is negative again. We got enough money saved up, that's not an issue. These are the hoplites, yeah. So it's a little bit tempting to go siege or storm one of the neighboring forts. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do that to there. Shove them off of those 2 provinces. You're going to go storm that fort. We're going to resist the heirs and storm the fort with you. Instead, keep chasing the Persian army. Yeah, keep trying to chase that Persian army. So I think once I sort of have everything south of the Caucasus here taken in sort of the Armenian area, we'll probably look to see what the negotiation likelihood is with Persia. If I can take basically everything Mesopotamia, Armenia, and West, basically reduce Persia to Persia/Iran, that might be a decent place to put a piece in for the war perspective. Then we can come back and deal with these slightly annoying raiders. So these guys have been raiding me, these guys have been raiding me. Oh no, these guys have been raiding me. Come back and deal with the raiders. Three open slots. Naphtha Emporium again? Oh, I guess every time you push the button, you get another Emporium. And I assumed that you could only build one of each of the Emporiums. But I guess every time it rolls the Emporium, it rolls a new one. So we can build the Naphtha Emporium again. Uh, 23 money for 10 culture, nah. We're gonna pass on that. We're gonna go to the Yoda instead. Actually, Great Hospitals popped up. Thought I'd done the Great Hospital. Well, either way, I should presumably do it. So that's the Great Hospital. What's the other one I did then? Medical School. I did the Medical School. Interesting. Those are different ones. Great Hospital and Medical School are different. Fair enough. So the Medical School needs drugs, which we have had a place that we can import it from. That's fine. Oh, we're importing that from Siren down here. Okay. Okay, so we got the Great Hospital. Because apparently instead of hitting the one we wanted, we actually hit the Wonder. Hit the National Wonder. But we're definitely going to build them. Two Legacy. I'm willing to pay 12 money for two Legacy. That's fine. We need a little bit more food. Oh yeah, here is probably actually our best food place, so moving those ones over, yeah. 1 into 3. Yeah, we're gonna take the 0 slot, that's the health upgrade. So we can go fishing for that next bonus. We're also looking for more loyalty, which is why I passed up on the cult site. Because this is Greece, most of the people are Greek, there isn't really much of a reason to build that for loyalty. School? Yeah, let's go to school. Okay. Got multiple oranges going there, that's fine. We now have access to the Tier 3 military buildings. I don't think this is going to be a place where we're ever really under siege for very long. It's tempting as is to pick this up for siege resist from being raided, because we have been raided here before. I'm thinking of taking the amphitheater instead. 0 slot? Well, let's say upgrading it doesn't take any more slots. That's a good way to think about it. An expansion. And yeah, we'll take the granary if we've got the grain already. Anyway, not enough to speed up the line expansion of the granary to 1 turn. Oh, and not enough to even keep you on 2. It'll be done in 3. Line expansion. We'll do the smokehouse, move that cowl around a bit. Four open slots. Okay, I have ideas for what I want, and that's not any of them. Right, we'd like a military building. We'd like not the clay pit, we'd rather the brickworks. For the wheelmaker. I Military-wise, we probably would want the siege workshops or, like, the city guard. We want garrisons because this is a frontline area. Trading post... it's a pretty good trading post, actually. How many open slots we got? We got 4 open slots? Yeah, I'll take the trading post, even though that's not really what I want. Because it's good enough that I'm not worried about losing that spot for trading post. Training ground. Circus. Do I need that much building the circus? We'll say yes. Not really, but yeah, we'll say yes. Macedonia. We want loyalty building. That's not a loyalty building. So we're probably going to go over reroll here. Weaver shop. It's not a loyalty building. We're probably going to go over reroll. Large quarry is at least... functionally a 0 slot, so we'll take the large quarry. Look there in a turn, and we'll get the next choice. And we'll get something more than just nothing from a reroll. That looks fine. That looks fine. It's now actually working somewhat here, so we're working on that Stoa. That looks good. Would be even better if we had the province that the Persians took from us, or the territory the Persians took from us. This will be productive as soon as it stops rebelling. If it ever stops rebelling. And it probably will the moment we're done, you know, dealing with Persia. Unbroken range. Well, if we had the prospecting, we could break that range. Smokehouse there instead. Okay, so I can feed everyone or build stuff. We'll go for the building stuff. Or going for the feed stuff. See if I can keep my words in the right order. Any other loses? You're loose. Regional road. You're loose. Take the monument. Okay. Not even it's building the monument, that's fine. No colonies to bolster. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Tiny Persian army. Oh, and this is against the garrisons. The Persian army, the tiny ones. No. Garrison's that big versus 2, and the garrison's gonna win. Decent amount of exhaustion. I think the Eastern Rangers is actually the garrison. Yeah, this is probably the garrison we're mauling here. So that probably means the Persian army has filtered off into the rear. Yeah, it's went away. Okay. Weren't able to catch it in time. This is a fortress storm. It should just be garrisons. Shouldn't have a problem. Almost out of the progressing tier. And that's probably because we're not generating a lot of culture from all the occupied territory in the war. And as you can maybe acknowledge, the Persians aren't having that issue right now. Apello is now ruling Sparta, so we've got a new ruler. The bad one is out. Replaced with an incredibly bad, abysmal administrator. Yeah, I think we're gonna have trouble staying in the progressing tier. Pacifier, good at converting people. Slight problem with loyalty. Diplomat. Okay, so until we lose this ruler, we do have plus 20% to getting our treaties through. Interesting. Health regulation. We'll go sanitation works. we may end up turning around and deleting some of those health buildings, but we'll at least take them in the first place. Anyway, you try to engage that Persian army operating in our territory. You move back down that way. This is the phalanx. This is the guys we actually want to fight with. Oh, that's actually a decent garrison. Let's actually go ahead and siege that garrison, so they can't be running amok. And then we'll have you go do that assault. You've got an assault command there. How's that siege going? Siege might last a while. These are decent urban militia. Urban militia aren't that good, with one exception. They're really good at defending cities. For some reason, that's their specialty. This is only level 1 fort, so they're still 5 hip attackers, 5 defense defenders in that fort. So it's 5 defense to our 6 attack going in. These guys are not as unstoppable, because they only got effectiveness unstoppable as the. Actually, we got enough experience in these guys. These guys actually might be able to just take that by storm. You know, actually, I think these guys will be able to take it by storm. We'll gamble. We'll do a little bit of gambling. That might kick me in the butt later, but we'll do some gambling right now. Okay, the admiral's dead. The general is dead. Okay. That was the new admiral that we just assigned there. Okay. Another Pan-Hellenic Games. Where's the province borders up here? Okay. So Armenia, Atropente, okay. Let's occupy the rest of Armenia. And then we'll work to negotiate with the Persians, I think. Frankincense Emporium expected on the next turn. No, 2 turns. So not the next turn. Amphitheater 1 and 3. Reading on the road. We do want loyalty here. We've got 3 slots. We're not desperate for it. We'll take the scriptorium here. 9 and a 4, so we've got plenty of build slots down here. Yeah, at some point we're gonna have to take some sort of food. There are ways to move wool around, but I don't use them very often. It's like the spinning line does that. So yeah, let's put the shepherd. Put some more food in here. Let's just hope a few more people off of making food. One of the big bonuses of the oil mill is that health bonus. We have so much health, we don't need it. We don't need it. Yeah, we're not going to do that oil mill there. And I'm a little bit more willing to move the oil around with the gear maker, so. Don't need the aqueduct, it's only 2 food as well. Okay, so we'll pass on that. Don't need the brick worker. Fish we can get from other places. Noble District. Needs the marble over... Actually, the needing the marble over makes a lot of sense, because we're not getting the culture bonus from not having marble here, but if we build that so we have the marble, then we get the culture bonus. Combos. Combos. That's a good choice. Let's pick up the furnace so that we have access to the stoa in the roll pool. The Great Academy. It's gonna take a while to build, but you know it's worth it. Oh, you could use some loyalty. This is only like +6, but doesn't take us an extra slot, so we'll grab that. That makes sense. Grab the furnace so we can get the stoa in the building pool there. Watchtower, make that border a little bit more defended in case the Romans come back. We don't have the Greek health building special here yet, so we do want to build that hospital. It's going to be a bit expensive, but that's fine. Another stoa. Yeah, the half of my legacy here is not tempting enough. We're losing money right now, and the stoa is 5% faction-wide commerce. It's real strong. Real strong. Plus, that's a strong stoa even before we apply the 5% faction commerce. I think I have the regional decision for... No, I did that on the island. Okay, so actually build the harbor there, that makes sense. Do the harbor grid. A little bit more construction here. There we go. At least get the major harbor done in a turn. Apparently nothing to build here. Okay, so we want to swap... Actually, we'll start swapping to gold so we reduce the burn rate on our money. Instead of developing this region. Oops, a little bit too much. One building slot in Macedonia. We definitely need loyalty here. That is very, very, very tempting to build, but it's not loyalty. It's not the answer to my problem. It's not the answer to my problem. Which means we're going to pass on it, as tempting it is to build that. We will take the hospital. Again, also not the answer to my problem, but it's a 0 slot, so it isn't going to remove my ability to basically continue to roll for the loyalty building that I need. I at least need like the 16 loyalty building that we can pull. That's actually probably the best we can pull, is the 16 at the moment. And then we'll have to grow another person there to get it up to get one of the 40s. Yeah, another garrison wouldn't hurt, given where it is in the warfront situation. We do like that legacy. It's already got a wall, so I have no problem making the wall better. Another stoa that would be done in 2. Well, probably wouldn't make it take it longer to build, but would be done in 2. Done in 4 now. We've also moved away from here, so I don't need as much food being made surplus. Let's go down to like... that. Yeah. That gets the stoa in 3. Okay, and then we're on to the loose. You're loose, that makes sense. We just took you. Training ground. Okay, that's the only loose one. I think this is a good place to put the part break in. We are having a little bit of, now that we're no longer in a golden age, we're having a little bit of a money issue. Because most of our occupied territory here is gonna commerce malice, tax and commerce malice. If we properly incorporate it by getting the Persians to officially secede to us, we'll make a lot more money. Though I think we're going to at least push the war on for, let's say, 2 more turns. We'll see where we are in 2 more turns. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, this is going to be the mid-stream break where I go get another cup of English sort of style tea with milk and sugar in it. I'll be right back as soon as that cup of tea is made. So until the next part, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.